What if I told you there are 7 foods that can skyrocket your brain power and focus by 2000%, starting today? Not a little boost. Not a slight improvement. I mean 20 times the output you're producing right now. Imagine the projects you could finish, the ideas you could create, the results you could deliver. If you were operating at that level. Now, here's the kicker, one of these foods is so powerful, so rare, and so tightly guarded, that a billionaire CEO once spent over $1 million just to secure his own private supply. He didn't want his competitors, his rivals, or even his friends to know about it. Why? Because he believed it gave him a mental edge that was worth more than gold. And for him, in the middle of billion-dollar negotiations, it probably was. But before we get to that CEO's $1 million secret, let me paint you a picture. Right now, most people are running their brain on low-grade fuel, the mental equivalent of cheap gasoline. They wake up groggy, slam a coffee, crash by 11 a.m., grab a sugary snack, then ride that up and down roller coaster until the day is over. They think it's normal to be tired. They think brain fog is part of life. They've accepted that focus is something you lose after your morning coffee wears off. High performers? They don't accept that. They hack it. Over the last 6 months, I've been obsessed with figuring out exactly how top-level thinkers, the kind of people who can run multi-million or billion-dollar companies without burning out, keep their mental clarity. I studied biohackers in Silicon Valley, elite athletes who compete at Olympic level, Navy SEAL veterans who now run high-stakes businesses, and CEOs of companies you've definitely heard of. I dug into their podcasts, I combed through interviews, I read peer-reviewed studies in neuroscience and nutrition, and, most importantly, I had personal conversations with a few of them. And here's what I learned, it's not just about eating healthy. It's about eating strategically. They're not counting calories. They're counting neurotransmitters. They're not just thinking about protein or carbs. They're thinking about dopamine levels, serotonin balance, and brain-derived neurotrophic factor, the very chemistry that drives motivation, focus, and creativity. The truth is, the foods you eat can either keep you stuck in average mode, or they can unlock a level of productivity you've never experienced before. This isn't magic. This isn't placebo. This is biology. When you eat certain compounds, flavonoids, omega-3s, antioxidants, polyphenols, L-theanine, and rare nerve growth factors, you're literally upgrading your brain's hardware and software at the same time. And the people who know how to do this win. They close bigger deals. They create better products. They lead teams more effectively. They see opportunities others miss. And they have the energy to keep going long after everyone else has tapped out. That's what today's video is about. I'm going to give you 7 foods that have been proven, in both scientific research and in the lives of high performers, to multiply productivity by as much as 20 times. And I'm not exaggerating. These foods improve memory, creativity, decision-making speed, emotional control, and sustained focus. I'll share the science so you know why they work, and I'll share real stories from real people who use them. But here's my deal with you. If you want the full benefit, you have to stay with me until the end. Because food number 7 isn't just interesting. It's the one that separates the amateurs from the elite. It's the one the $1 million CEO swears by. And once you know it, you'll never look at brain performance the same way again. So grab a notebook, because what you're about to hear isn't just health advice, it's a performance blueprint. Food number 1, dark chocolate, the brain's sweet weapon. Let's start with something that feels like a guilty pleasure, but in reality, it's a weapon. I'm talking about real dark chocolate. Not the sugary candy bars loaded with corn syrup, but high-quality chocolate with 70% cocoa or more. The science: dark chocolate is loaded with flavonoids, powerful plant compounds that improve blood flow to the brain. When blood flow improves, your brain cells get more oxygen and nutrients, which means they work faster and more efficiently. A 2013 Harvard Medical School study showed that flavonoids can actually increase connectivity between neurons in parts of the brain that handle learning and decision-making. That's like upgrading your brain's Wi-Fi speed. Dark chocolate also contains small amounts of caffeine and theobromine, which together can improve alertness without the crash of coffee. Plus, it's rich in magnesium, a mineral that helps regulate stress and keep you calm while focused. The story: a friend of mine, Daniel, is a software developer who used to hit an energy wall around 3 p.m. every day. He'd grab an energy drink, power through for an hour, then crash again. I suggested he swap the energy drink for a small piece of 85% dark chocolate paired with a handful of almonds. A week later, he told me, "I don't just stay awake now, I actually feel sharper in the afternoon than I do in the morning." That one simple change gave him an extra 2 to 3 hours of peak work time every day. How to apply it? Choose organic chocolate with 70 to 90% cocoa. Eat 20 to 30 grams in the mid-afternoon to avoid energy crashes. Pair it with nuts for a steadier energy release. Pro tip: keep a small bar at your desk. The act of breaking off a square can become a mini ritual, a signal to your brain that it's focus time. Food number 2, blueberries, the memory booster. The science. Blueberries are nicknamed brain berries for a reason. They're rich in anthocyanins, a type of antioxidant that crosses the blood-brain barrier and directly reduces inflammation and oxidative stress in your brain. In simple terms, they protect your neurons from damage and help them fire more effectively. A University of Exeter study found that older adults who drank blueberry juice daily for 12 weeks showed improved blood flow to the brain, better memory, and faster learning speed. And here's the kicker: these benefits aren't just for older people. Even young, healthy adults experience sharper recall after eating blueberries regularly. The story: one CEO I spoke to swears by his morning blueberry smoothie. He blends frozen wild blueberries with almond milk, a scoop of plant protein, and spinach. He told me, "I can walk into a boardroom and recall exact numbers from a spreadsheet I saw 3 days ago. That never used to happen." How to apply it? Add ½ cup of blueberries to breakfast. Use wild blueberries whenever possible. They have almost twice the antioxidants of regular blueberries. Combine them with high-protein foods to stabilize energy. Pro tip: keep a bag of frozen blueberries in your freezer. They blend perfectly into smoothies and won't spoil like fresh berries. Food number 3, wild-caught salmon. Creativity fueled the science. Your brain is about 60% fat, and a huge portion of that is made up of DHA omega-3 fatty acids. Think of DHA as the insulation around electrical wires. Without it, the signal slows down. Wild-caught salmon is one of the richest natural sources of DHA. A Harvard study found that people with higher DHA levels scored better on problem-solving tests, showed greater creative thinking, and had more stable moods. This is why omega-3s are often called the oil for your brain's engine. The story: in Silicon Valley, there's a founder who hosts something called Salmon Brain Dinners. Every Thursday night, he invites his top engineers, serves grilled wild-caught salmon with roasted vegetables, and uses the dinner as a brainstorming session. He told me, "Some of our biggest product breakthroughs, ideas worth millions, happened over those dinners. I don't think it's a coincidence." How to apply it? Eat 2 to 3 servings per week of wild-caught salmon. Avoid deep frying, bake, grill, or steam to preserve nutrients. Pair with leafy greens for better absorption of healthy fats. Pro tip: if fresh salmon isn't available, opt for canned wild salmon. It still has excellent DHA levels and can be made into salads or wraps. Food number 4, matcha green tea. Calm energy. The science. Most people rely on coffee to kickstart their day, but coffee comes with a hidden downside. It spikes cortisol, your stress hormone, and can cause jitters, anxiety, and eventual crashes. Matcha green tea, on the other hand, offers a completely different experience. Matcha contains caffeine, but it also contains L-theanine, a rare amino acid that smooths out caffeine-stimulating effects. This means you get the focus and alertness without the racing heart or post-lunch crash. A 2017 study published in Nutrients showed that the caffeine L-theanine combo significantly improves reaction time, attention span, and working memory compared to caffeine alone. The story: during an intense IPO preparation, a fintech CEO I know switched from coffee to matcha on the advice of his performance coach. He told me, "It wasn't just that I had more energy, I felt composed, even in the most high-pressure meetings of my life. Matcha kept me sharp and calm at the same time." How to apply it? Use ceremonial-grade matcha powder, higher quality, richer in nutrients. Whisk 1 to 2 teaspoons into hot water. For an extra productivity boost, blend it with MCT oil. This encourages ketone production, a premium energy source for the brain. Pro tip: drink matcha 30 minutes before your most mentally demanding work, like strategy sessions, coding sprints, or creative brainstorming. Food number 5, nuts and seeds. All-day stamina. The science. Nuts like almonds and walnuts, and seeds like flax and chia, are rich in healthy fats, protein, magnesium, and fiber. This combination slows digestion and provides a steady release of energy, keeping your blood sugar stable and your focus consistent. Magnesium plays a big role in brain health. It regulates neurotransmitters and supports neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to form new connections. Low magnesium is linked to fatigue, brain fog, and even anxiety. The story: I once traveled with a high-profile corporate trainer who had back-to-back sessions from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. He carried a small pouch of mixed nuts everywhere. He told me, long meetings can be mental energy killers, but a handful of nuts keeps my brain firing like it's still the first hour of the day. How to apply it: keep a 30 to 50 grams mix of almonds, walnuts, and pumpkin seeds as a desk snack. Sprinkle chia or flax seeds on your salad or yogurt. Choose raw or lightly roasted nuts to preserve nutrients. Pro tip: avoid salted and heavily flavored nuts. Too much sodium can lead to dehydration, which affects focus and mental clarity. Food number 6, avocado. Brain blood flow: the science. Avocados are loaded with monounsaturated fats, which support healthy blood flow to the brain. Better circulation means more oxygen and nutrients get to your neurons, which boosts alertness, memory recall, and decision-making speed. They're also high in vitamin K and folate, both of which help prevent blood clots in the brain and support overall cognitive health. The story: an investment banker I met during a leadership seminar said he eats avocado toast every single morning before market hours. "It's my calm before the storm meal," he said. "I can handle high volatility without feeling drained. My mind stays sharp all day." How to apply it: add avocado slices to your morning toast, lunch salads, or smoothies. Pair with other nutrient-dense foods like eggs or leafy greens. Avoid combining it with heavy fried foods, which can slow digestion and make you sluggish. Pro tip: squeeze lemon juice over cut avocado to prevent oxidation. It keeps it fresh for meal prepping. Food number 7, lion's mane mushroom. The CEO's $1 million secret: the science. Lion's mane mushroom isn't your average kitchen mushroom. It's a rare medicinal fungus packed with compounds called hericenones and erinacines. These compounds stimulate nerve growth factor, NGF, a protein that helps your brain grow and repair neurons. Think of NGF like a construction crew for your brain. It builds new neural connections and strengthens existing ones, making it easier for your brain to store information, retrieve memories, and process ideas faster. Japanese researchers found that people who took lion's mane extract for just 4 weeks showed measurable improvements in cognitive function, memory, and focus. This isn't an energy drink high, it's a slow, steady rewiring of your brain to operate at a higher level permanently. The story: here's where the $1 million secret comes in. A tech CEO, whose name I can't reveal, was in the middle of negotiating a $1 billion acquisition deal. These negotiations involved days of intense, high-stakes conversations where one small mistake could cost millions. He began drinking lion's mane tea every morning, swearing it gave him the mental clarity and emotional stability to think 3 moves ahead. After the deal closed, he was so convinced of its power that he spent over $1 million securing a private, long-term supply for himself and his executive team. Why? He didn't want competitors to have the same edge. How to apply it: use it as a supplement, 500 to 1000 milligrams daily, or brew it as tea. Look for organic, lab-tested lion's mane to ensure purity. Combine with other brain foods, like matcha or blueberries, for synergistic effects. Pro tip: it's not an instant energy boost. Think of it like investing in a startup. The growth happens over time, but the payoff is huge. Alright, let's recap your 7 biohacker foods that 20x your productivity. Dark chocolate, flavonoids for sharper focus and faster decision making. Blueberries, antioxidants for a memory boost and brain protection. Wild-caught salmon, omega-3s for creativity and mental agility. Matcha green tea, calm, steady energy without the crash. Nuts and seeds, long-lasting stamina for all-day performance. Avocado, healthy fats for improved brain blood flow and alertness. Lion's mane mushroom, long-term neural growth and cognitive upgrade. Your productivity isn't just about working harder, it's about working smarter. When you fuel your brain with the right nutrients, you stop fighting against fatigue and distraction, and start operating at your true potential. Think about it: every great idea, every strategic decision, every big win, it all starts with your brain. If your brain is running on low-grade fuel, you'll only ever get low-grade results. But when you feed it like the high performers do, that's when you see exponential growth in your career, your business, and your life. If you found even one of these foods valuable, imagine what happens when you start combining them. So here's your challenge: pick one of these foods, add it to your daily routine starting tomorrow, and see how your energy, focus, and mood change over the next week. And if you want more science-backed brain hacks that the top 1% are using right now, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications, because in the next video, I'm revealing 3 morning habits that CEOs use to double their income in under a year. Remember, your mind is your greatest asset. Invest in it. And the returns will be limitless.